He's just behind us, but sure he will be fast.
His pace just missing out again in qualifying. Joan Mir starting.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks to Mario Meregali. We're hearing those two words. Bandit 3, 500cc world champion. On his left there, Freddie Spencer.
At the twilight's light does that star-spangled
92 MotoGP World Championship here. The Red Bull Grand Prix of the Americas will pop. When they talk about the word legend, sometimes it's thrown around a little bit too much, but this man, a
bit of a bottleneck. Sometimes you can get caught up on the outside with someone else's accident. So Ducati lockout of the top 5 positions on the grid. Can Fabio Quartararo their way through from the 5th row of the grid, and KTM, if they're to continue their impressive start to the season, they're
for him. Second, 7 days ago he was behind the history-making Aleix Espargaro. Who's going to be our king of Cota in 2022? Great launch off the line by
he's plumb last. Yeah, terrible start. Mark the field.
I was looking
getting ground. They've both dropped a place. Rins and Mir down to 8th and 9th.
So it's Jack Miller of the grid into that first corner. He's already picked up a couple of places, now into 22nd.
This is already up into 3rd.
Well, Marc Marquez has launched some stunning attacks from the back of the pack before. 14 up the inside of Jack Miller into turn 19. Beautifully done. Nothing the
main straight. He's just been blasted past, but manages to outbrake Johann Zarco, who looked as if he was going to take 5th position.
Pinned on the MotoGP bike, dropping down the spectacular decline through.
Wait, just
data here.
Marc Marquez for company, and Brad Binder's gained ground. He said a top 10 was possible. He's already up to P12.
You can check Marc
He's managed to move himself up 4 places already to 9th. He's closing in on this 8.
Mechanical problem for Marco Bezzecchi. He's getting the black flag with the orange 5. Zarco 2:04.146. This is a real intense Ducati. And here comes Zarco up the inside of Pecco Bagnaia. Bagnaia hasn't got the early race
past Maverick Vinales, and he goes way off. Brad Binder has to suddenly get out of the way. Marquez out braking himself.
Bit of leads by a couple of tenths of a second. Zarco again. Can he finally make this?
Now we cut back to Marc Marquez, who is now past Maverick Vinales. Next
Charlie Quartararo into turn 12. Is he in a little bit hot? It looks like he is. Of the championship in Portimao in a couple of weeks' time.
So Marc Marquez steaming now, gets past Quartararo. Quartararo drops another place to 8th.
Yeah, well, last 2 MotoGP.
So that wall of Ducatis at the front of the field has now been breached. So Aleix Espargaro, then the World Championship leader, you can just see him in the back of the shot. He's in 9th position at the moment. Keeping a watching brief in 3rd position, perhaps managing that rear tyre. We expect him to be so strong.
No way in a million years he'll be able to out-drag a Ducati down this 1200-metre back straight. And then Marc Marquez, blue on blue, Repsol Honda on Repsol Honda, and Marquez just not. Marquez did a 2:04 flat on that 7th lap, the lap that he took his teammate Polis.
Zarco taking a bit of a defensive line there, covering off any potential faster than his race-leading teammate. Bagnaia starting to get into this now.
Smart cookies. Rins again. Here comes Alex Rins again. We've seen this 2 or 3 times from him. It's the block pad. This time around, yeah, Zarco with a bit of slipstream. Not that a Ducati needs it down that 1200 metres leading pace. Here comes Pecco Bagnaia again, then having dipped into the 2:03s. And
that was 4 tenths quicker than the leader.
On board then now with Pecco Bagnaia. Look down in the hill into turn number 11. He carries fantastic corner speed on that.
Little did Fabio Quartararo know when he saw Marc Marquez just behind on the grid dropping to the back.
In 3rd place. Our outright world championship leader. Marquez then gets the job done. Martina getting better and better by race. Confident, silky smooth on that. Yeah, Rins again to turn number 11. He's just been sensational in this corner. This time around, Bastianini
on the inside again. This time Bastianini wants to get rather Bastianini on Martin.
Ladies and gentlemen, who is the fastest man on the circuit? It's Marc Marquez. Been picked off by Rins and dropped from 2nd to 4th.
Rins then into.
I think Mir's going to have the top speed on the Suzuki to get through, and Zarco trying to pay back.
He's doing his level best. He's lapping in the 2:04s, but he just doesn't appear to have the pace to go.
2 tenths slower than Marquez directly behind him.
Both of the Pramac Ducatis then did last time around. They are slipping back through now to the Pramac Ducati, the number 5 of Zarco, who's slipping back.
And rear tyre. It's been a fantastic job this. Quartararo not close enough to launch a raid on fellow French. It's the king of Cota. He's coming. Marquez, fastest man on the circuit at 2:03. Real big nudge on Zarco, wasn't it, to 7. Zarco sent out to the mark. Can he somehow fend off Two factory Ducatis in the braking zone. Attack continues unrelenting. Marquez then now up into best race lap from the Italian, a 2:03.521, new best race lap. I said yesterday in the qualifying press conference, he's sick and tired. He knows how good Enea Bastianini is at times.
See Jack Miller fighting to try and get that GP22 turned into turn 12. He just
years with 4 different race winners rest firmly on the shoulders of Australian Miller.
That Miller is just starting to search for a little bit of rear grip with that.
When Enea Bastianini is going to make his move on Jack Miller, he sat behind the Australian. Up to top gear, here comes the move on the inside, using the slipstream.
To just pull away at the front. Crucial times now here for Miller.
This was the percentage over Miller. Here comes a raid up the inside. Marquez on Martin, coming through Quartararo. That was aggressive, brilliant by the reigning world champ.
So at one point, as Quartararo once again looking to get past Martin. Martin using the straight line spin just like a week ago for Suzuki. They've got Alex Rins in there in a position to potentially have
championship contention. I think if we thought there was going to be a Suzuki challenge early on for Ash's pre-race, no way through for Quartararo on Marquez. It's Enea Bastianini to be at his strongest. The last 4 or 5 laps is where he can be so
finally starting to out of rear tyre.
Whatever happens, Marc on the curb there as well for Marc Marquez. Hot into turn 7. Marquez strikes straight back then into turn on the curb, didn't he? On the inside, he lost the front on that.
Has just shown that incredible late race pace once again.
Through on Jack Miller. As Lewis said, his race pace, considering how worn. Alex Rins is going to throw everything at it, isn't he? Quartararo and Marquez are having a titanic tussle, aren't they? Force on the inside of Miller into turn number 11. He's in second.
Miller unable to cut it straight past, and indeed he does. He'll now want to. For now, just a few more corners to go.
Into turn 19. Has he got the job done for second place? But it's going to be the beast through the 2022. Enea Bastianini takes a Rins with a stunning last. Your new king of Cota and the world championship leader. Enea.
Big hug now from Paolo Ciabatti. Michele, tell us.
This is also incredible. I think we are the best mix on the grid.
Well, he's certainly a disruptive influence in MotoGP at the moment, isn't he? A 5-point lead.
That's what you think of your boys' ride.
Well, we knew we had the pace, but
Erta and the MSMA. Enea Bastianini takes the victory. Nobody rode laws. What a fight back from the back of the grid to the top 6. Let's go back at Gresini Ducati. A lovely shot there as well on the sliding down lap. Jack, massive start to 20. Marquez, of course, carried that famous 69.
It's something that we are not surprised. I mean, this guy is very special, and today I think he proved it.